Oh, I'm gonna invade the captain's writing room.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you've got fish! Like Picard, except for they're not stuck in the wall.
I think all ships have that.
Nice
Unless you got the Gaylord class or the Decora. They're getting rid of the Ferengi lockboxes today.
Oh, thank goodness! Well, they'll just
in
replace them with something else, no doubt.
Tholian lockboxes.
Of course.
Oh yeah. I'm William McCormick, and welcome to the bridge of the Tiberius.
Hello and welcome to another episode of MMO Anthropology. I'm here with William McCormick on the bridge of the Tiberius, I understand, which is an Odyssey-class starship in Star Trek Online. So, William, can you tell us about how the ship got its name and why you chose it?
Well, the ship actually got its name when I was creating the character. It was the first randomly generated name for it. And I just kept it because it's Kirk's middle name.
Awesome. So, why did you choose Star Trek Online?
I'm an exceptionally big Star Trek fan. I'm one of those guys. I literally have every season to the original series. Most of the Next Generation, at least in VHS. I can't watch them anymore, but I still got them in VHS.
So, what other MMO games have you played in the past?
In the past, I've played EverQuest, EverQuest Online Adventures for the PlayStation 2, Guild Wars, Dungeons and Dragons Online, and then this game.
Although you seem to spend a lot of time here, I assume that this is probably one of your favorites so far.
Well, yeah, it is. It's the only one I play now, anyway. I did play for a little bit Perfect World Entertainment, or International, or whatever Perfect World's flagship game was.
Yeah, the free-to-play that's like extremely smooth characters and very detailed backgrounds. I've been in that one.
I've mostly played it because I wanted to see how they might take Star Trek Online. Because Atari really did not do too well with Cryptic.
Yeah, Cryptic Studios, they're the developer of Star Trek Online.
Yep. They originally were, when I started playing at least, were originally owned by Atari. In which, from what I understand, Atari did not see much point in MMO games, so wound up ditching Cryptic, and Perfect World picked them up.
Mm-hmm. So, how has online gaming changed your personal experience, though?
I can't say I really know too much on how. I started online gaming at a young age, so.
So, what did you start with?
EverQuest Online Adventures when it first came out.
Did you
What was it?
Did you meet many people there, or did you go in there with your friends, or?
I started that one with just my friends. I met a few people, but not too many. I quit that right around the time a lot of people stopped when they rolled in free-to-play.
Mm-hmm.
Not free-to-play.
Oh.
Sorry, they rolled in a PvP system and then balanced out all the characters. I ran an enchanter at the time, which required a team if you wanted to do anything at your level.
Because it was difficult to solo with the enchanter, is what you're saying?
They had balanced it out to the point that I could play solo with my enchanter. In which, if you were really good, you could do that. But I would get into PvP battles with my friends, and one of his alt tunes was a monk. They had balanced it out to the point that I actually had a chance against his monk at the same level I was. So I stopped playing that game.
Why did that lead you to stop playing that?
uh, there was no. It got to the point that in combat there was no difference between a monk and my enchanter, besides some small details. Whereas before, there was a massive difference. My enchanter was pretty much just buffing and debuffing.
Mm-hmm.
He had no attack and little damage.
So
if you know what I mean.
Essentially, their change in the game crippled your personal playstyle, or at least your connection to the game?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I know that you have a guild in this game, and one of the things that they've just introduced is kind of player housing, or at least guild housing, and in Star Trek Online, guilds are called fleets. Can you tell us a little bit about the experience of being part of a fleet in Star Trek Online?
Well, until about a week and a half ago, when the Season 6 came out, which, for Star Trek Online, a season is pretty much just an expansion pack that's pushed out for free, so you don't have to buy anything, which is good. So it was pretty much just a group of people that played, and if you group together, hey, you group together. With Starbases, it's actually kind of forcing a group play. To get the new fleet starships, which were also introduced, you have to cooperate with your fleet to get them. Because you have to build your starbase up so high. You have to get fleet credits, which you can only get by participating with your fleet. With your fleet in your starbase.
And there's some special items that you can only buy with fleet credits, I assume.
Yeah. One of them is the new starships that are coming out, which are upgraded versions of the older starships. The Odyssey, you can get what a lot of people called the free Odyssey, which before was only available for, it was a weekend. I can't remember when they came out with it. It is now available for 200,000 fleet credits.
What is that in like time and engagement?
I actually don't know offhand, because they changed the reward system when they brought it over from their test server, which is called Tribble, over to this one. And it turns out that when they had it on Tribble, they intentionally gave you way more credits for interacting just so that multiple systems can get tested.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how do you use online games and MMOs differently than other entertainment?
Well, I mostly just play MMOs now. Just because I like the interaction that comes with it.
The interaction with other people?
Yeah, with other people.
So do you generally seek out other people to play with, or do you go to your guild and say, hey, what is everyone doing, or are there events, or...
There are fleet events. Sometimes I go to my fleet to, group up for missions. But I have to say, even though I do like the interaction, I do most of the missions solo. That I can. A lot of the STFs, which I've only done one since Season 6 came out.
Now, what does STF stand for again?
Special Task Force.
Right, and those are kind of akin to instanced dungeons, either on foot or in spacecraft, but in Star Trek Online. Right, okay.
Yeah, well, then you have Fleet Actions, which is more like that. But STFs is like the end game content.
Like raiding.
Yeah, raiding. You go fight the Borg.
Right. Oh god, it's the Borg.
Oh yeah. In which, by the way, in Season 6, they introduced a new weapon.
Oh, what's that?
To the Borg.
Ooh.
The Borg cutting beam.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's gonna go badly.
Well, yeah, considering they still have a bug in the elite STFs in which the Borg will fire an invisible torpedo at you. You can't see it coming, you can't target it, and it's a one-shot, one-kill move.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you have an example of your best experience or your favorite experience in an MMO or online game?
In this game, I can't stand the ground-based combat because it's so...
Restrictive?
For a lot of it, you could...
Restrictive?
Yeah, well, yeah, you got restrictive. And then for most of your combat, you could just stand there and shoot at them.
Right.
You don't even need to move and dodge half the time. In which, with the new... it's called Starbase Invasion or Incursion.
Mm-hmm.
They actually made it so you have to jump behind something to survive. But my favorite experience was when I did a ground-based special task force mission in this game with my fleet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first one I had ever done.
Well, which one was that?
Kittimer Accord, it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You fight the Borg on Vega Colony. Or Borg... I can't remember off the top of my head.
So you had Borg to the left of you, Borg to the right of you, and your fleet behind you?
Uh-huh, pretty much. Borg were behind them.
Well, that's the end of my questions. Do you have anything that you would like to add for our viewers about Star Trek Online or gaming in general?
Not that I could think of off the top of my head. I don't usually game too much. I'm more of a casual gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a few fleet members on here that play what seems like 24/7.
Yeah, I've met people like that. You wonder if they sleep.
Yeah, in my fleet we had one guy that was particularly, just say rude.
Ooh.
Yeah, and wondered why I didn't play for multiple hours a day, and then got mad at me when he found out I paid $50 to get a starship.
Ooh.
Yeah, Odyssey, $25 per ship.
Yeah,
if you want to have...
That's this one right here. This is the Odyssey, and it's in the item shop for anyone who doesn't know that. You can purchase it. It's a buy.
There are 3 different kinds of the pay-for Odysseys. You have the Odyssey Science, the Odyssey Tactical, and the Odyssey Operations. Each one of them comes with a special console.
And altogether, how much do they cost?
Well, they have a bundle. It's $50 for the entire bundle.
Hmm?
Or it's $25 per ship.
So it could end up being $75 if you're dumb.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's as much time as I've got for an interview. Thanks everyone for watching, and thank you, William McCormick, for coming on Massive Online Anthropology.
Oh, yeah.
And to everybody watching, thank you for coming. Good night and good dreams. And this is the Tiberius with her captain.
Do you play online games? Do you have Skype? Then we'd love to interview you on Massive Online Anthropology. Join the fascinating thousands who've spoken about their online gaming experience and be the envy of all your friends. Or at least get the MMO Anthropology Geek Merit Badge. Sorry, no t-shirt. See you then!